everyone, it's Chappie from Stand Out Running. Thank you for listening in. It is about 6 a.m. and I'm here at Baltimore Zoo for the Baltimore 10 miler. This is a very hilly course, so I expect this to be a pretty tough run. This is all in my building phase. I'm not too worried about results here. More looking for more experience and just miles in the legs. So let's talk about the kit. All right, so first I have my Sprints hat. Absolutely love this hat. I have somewhere, I have like my matching Gooder glasses, which are my favorite glasses to love in. That was weird. I'm sorry. I don't sleep with my wife with these glasses. That'd be weird. Maybe she'd be into it. Probably not, though. Probably not. Sorry. I was thinking about scenarios, and none of them worked out. I like to run in these. So again, I like these a lot because of the material. It's very light, and it fits on, and it does not bounce around, which is key for me. Fit-wise, right now, I'm wearing my Stay Sky windbreaker. I am going to be ditching it. It's going to be a warm one today. I'm wearing a matching Dead Last, which was like one of my favorite brand shirt. It's from the spring collection, and the matching shorts colors to go with it. And then, of course, the big question is the shoe. And I am wearing a great shoe, which I do not want to be in because it's not great to me. Today, I'll be running in the Superblast 3. All right, so how did I get to this shoe? First, I wanted the On Cloud Monster 3 Hyper Light Spray. But I have been running more miles in it, and I've noticed that every time my foot starts to hurt. Not in the heel area where most people say, you can get cut there, but right on my forefoot, kind of like right by my big toe. It just rubs it raw, and I got to a point where I couldn't take it anymore. It hurt too much. So sadly, as much as such a good shoe it isn't how good as it feels, it's a no-go for me. I can't run it. Then I got the Saucony Endorphin Elite 3, thinking, in my half marathon, my ankle started bothering me. I got like a stress fracture, and that was because I was running a firmer shoe, so a softer shoe would be much better. And it was incredible. It's got great bounce, probably the funnest shoe I've ever run, and one I always want to lace up. The upper is absolutely dialed in and perfect, except that it's too soft. So two reasons why I nixed that. One, key thing is this is a very hilly course, and I do not think a shoe that you absolutely sink in will help me get up and go on the run. So that is a key problem. The other, and most importantly, is my hips started to hurt and feel a little unstable in those shoes. They're much more stable. They're far from being unstable, but they're also far from being stable, which I know doesn't make sense, but let's just say not the best shoe if you have a little bit of stability needs, or watch out for your hips with that sinking feeling. So then I went to the running store, and I was between two choices, so I got them both, seeing which one would be better, and that was the Superblast 3 and the Hyper Boost Edge from Adidas. And to be honest, I greatly preferred the Hyper Boost Edge foam. I loved that it was a little bit firmer, it's sinking. I felt like I could go faster in it, even though it's a heavier shoe. But I was worried about that upper. My foot is a little sensitive. If you've been watching these videos, I'm very picky, and I worried about just taking that shoe out for a 10-mile run and what it could have done to my foot. The Superblast 3, however, is absolutely perfect sink in comfort. I put that thing on, and it was Goldilocks. Now, why I don't like it is a little bit too soft for me. There is energetic return, but I feel like it's not enough for how soft it is. It's too sinky for me. The upper, though, is fantastic, but the sole, it just feels too big. It feels like the shoe feels massive on me. And now it is a big shoe. It is a max stack and everything. But it just, I don't know. It just feels big on me. But if I'm worried about comfort, if I'm worried about my feet, this is the right choice for me. So I'm wearing this today. I will report back to you guys, tell you how it is, and in the future coming up will be a look individually at the Superblast 3, at the Hyper Boost Edge, and then I'm going to look at all the different max stack shoe I have, because I have quite a few. I'm looking at the On Cloud Monster 3 Hyper, which I am a massive fan of, the Rad UFO, which I also consider, but I have so many miles in it, I wanted a fresher pair, and the Superblast 3 and the Hyper Boost Edge and the Nike Vomero Plus. So all of these absolute fantastic max stack shoes that have come out this year. Oh, and of course, I also forgot the Hoka Skyward X2. I have way too many max stack shoes. I need to get rid of some of these. My wife is gonna kill me. All right. That's a lot of shoes. All right, guys. This is Shappy from Stand Out Running. Thank you for tuning in. Wish me luck. I will report back after the race, and hopefully all goes well. And if you are racing this weekend, because there seems to be a lot of races this weekend, good luck, best of luck. And if you are racing sometime in the future, again, best of luck. Remember, always be bold, be fast, be you. This is Shappy signing out. Hey, this is Shappy from Standout Running, checking in after my Baltimore 10 miler. So I gotta say, I achieved everything I wanted to in this race. So looking at my stats right now, I finished the 10-mile run in an out time of hour and 24. Now I did forget to turn my watch off, so I added 10.07 miles, so I had a little more time there. My pace was 8 minutes and 21 seconds. So after my first half marathon in like 10 years, I averaged like 9:15. So I was happy with my pace. My average cadence was 160. I really need to get that cadence up. Look, 180 is a myth. You don't need to run that, but 160 is still relatively lower, and I have too much ground contact time. So I need to work on that. Let's see. So I was really happy with that. Now the first mile, I kind of took it real easy. I only went, I had a watermelon seed, sorry. So I, let's see, first mile I about 9 minutes just to go off easy. Second mile dropped to like 8:30. Third mile, like 3 through 7, I held it under 8 minutes. I was like at 7:50, and I'm like, what is happening right now? Slow up, I'm gonna blow up. And I blew up. My last 2 miles were tough. They really brought my timing up. However, to my defense, both miles were a massive, pretty much uphill gain. Like, it was just 8 to 10. So that was hard, but overall, good race, beautiful day. Definitely check it out if you want a tough, challenging course. So shoe talk. The shoes, my legs feel good, so that's a success. You know, my legs feel great. They were tired, hard to get going, but I don't feel they're protected. Like, I have a soccer game tomorrow somehow, and I feel like I'll be out there feeling fine. And I probably could do like a shakeout run as well. So I guess my soccer game will be my shakeout run. But they were good. They were comfortable. I had no hot spots or anything. My feet felt a little bit warm. But I think that's more the socks. The socks were a little bit heavy, which I was surprised about. They are the, they are the dead last socks that go with my outfit. I know, I'm styling. But they felt a little heavy on my feet. So I think I'm playing more of the socks a little bit, more than the shoes. But the Superblast 3s are not known to be the most breathable shoes. Better, I mean, they're not bad at anything, but they're not the most. They're much more breathable than the Hyper Boost Edge would have been. So, and they're very light. I could definitely feel myself picking up speed when I was at the flat areas, and obviously going downhill. However, one thing about going downhill, and for me personally, while, you know, uphill is not fun, sometimes I have trouble more with downhill, because you get a lot more impact on your legs. So that's a training tip for you guys. If you're doing a hilly course, practice the downhills as much as you practice the uphills, because that's a lot of impact going on there. And like, what I was worried about with the shoe is I did feel Superblast like bottoming out. Like, I would get that feel. Obviously, you know, they would come back up, but my running style, the way I run, I would have appreciated more bounce, more energy returned. my takeaway for shoes would be that probably my next race, one, the Mega Blast, I'm probably going to go back to them. That would have the feel I wanted today, most certainly. If I can get along with the Hyper Boost Edge, I would probably give them a shot. I'm honestly saving out on carbons. I'm waiting for the new ones to come out. I would like to say I'm waiting for the Alpha Fly 4s, but I feel like everyone in the running world is, so everyone's going to get that shoe, like no matter what. I do want to mention something though, for Nike. As much as, you know, YouTube shoe reviewers and everything and give Nike a hard time for the Alpha Fly 3, and it is an old shoe, it's a very accessible shoe. Without a doubt, I don't know, that was one of the most common shoes I saw in the race. And I don't know if that's because, you know, the Nike stand out, so you're attracted to them. Like, you're like, oh, look at that shoe. That's a Nike Alpha Fly 3. They stand out quite a bit, and the colorways always helped. But also, you know, I saw people in the lead of the race wearing them, and people like finishing in like 2+ hours wearing them. And you know, there's two ways to look at that. One is Nike just the known brand, so everyone reaches for a Nike. Possible. That's probably part of it. Another thing is just Nike made a great carbon racing shoe, one that's accessible for everyone, and that is the goal for running, to everyone be able to take part in it. Now, of course, you know, everyone wants their elite shoes and everything, but I think that's one thing that Nike does better than Adidas. I mean, the Evo SL obviously is super popular, but then I also saw more Nike Evo Mero Pluses than Evo SLs out there. And I saw probably like 2 Adios Pro 4s. So there's obviously a lot more Nike out there, but you know, you have the big Adidas shoe, the $500 one. Sorry, I don't want to say the name because it's slipping my head right now, but if you're watching this, you know what I'm talking about. Now, that shoe is probably going to be one of the best shoes ever made, and that's going to go that way for a long time. And I doubt the Alpha Fly 4 is going to beat it. However, I do know that Nike has another shoe in the works that is supposed to be super, super good. So you should watch out for that. I say watch out for that, like I didn't know when it was coming out. I have no idea. Hopefully before the end of 2026, that would be great. But a lot of people will be getting Alpha Fly 4, where unless you're like in the top, even like the top people probably are not reaching for a $500 shoe. Like that might as well say 4 Pros only. And that's fine to make that. That's absolutely fine. And I guess you can say your Adios Pro 4, so in the 5s coming out, is your Alpha Fly comparisons, and that's fair. So maybe I should be more on Nike. Like, Nike doesn't have an elite shoe, whereas Adidas is an elite shoe. Asics has an elite shoe. Puma has an elite shoe. But again, I saw like 3 Puma R3s. I don't think I saw Metaspeed Ray. I saw some Sky Tokyos. So maybe it's on Nike to make that elite shoe to get people past her. Hell, I am in Baltimore, but I saw a lot of people with the Velocity 3, and that kind of made me interested in it, but I hear it's terrible. I think I shouldn't. No, my wife would kill me. I promised her I'm done with shoes for a while. No, I'm not gonna get the Under Armour. No. Anyway, this is Shappy. from Standout Running, thank you for listening, following along. I can't wait to talk about races, and everything is geared toward London 2027. So I hope you follow me on my journey. Listening to shoe reviews, please like and subscribe. And everyone, always remember, be bold, be you, stand out.